Where is my stream?
Yeah, don't pick your nose.
God, there was some basketball game this past postseason we were watching, me and Preston and Cash, and this guy, I mean, the camera just was on him for a brief second. This dude was digging for gold, man. He had that thing lodged up there, and Preston started howling and cracking up. So we rewound it and watched it. I was like, that poor guy, man.
Just some dude in like the front couple of rows or something.
Yes. He had great seats, and he just needed a pick.
Oh, you can't be doing that if you're in the front row.
God, no, because those cameras are always on you.
Baseball.
Told Preston, I said, God, I hope YouTube doesn't get a hold of this. And it was just so...
You could probably find compilation videos of
God, I'm sure you could.
Baseball managers picking their nose.
Yeah, oh, God. Yeah.
There was one, I was watching a Braves game years ago, and they put the cameras on Bobby Cox. In the Braves dugout, there's Bobby. Bobby was doing the one finger thumb technique where he had the thumb in there.
Yeah.
And the announcer's like, baseball managerial great Bobby Cox there, and blah blah. I'm completely trying to gloss over the fact that
he was just
Bobby was picking his nose.
I used to work at Fox Sports. We had a special reel of all of the naughty stuff that couldn't go on the air.
Really? Like what?
Women flashing each other. What is that? The Toronto Stadium?
Oh, God.
In that hotel room. Overlooking the field. It's just unbelievable.
Oh, I believe it.
You know you've had too much to drink when you're taking your top off at a pro sporting event.
We're live. Okay?
Cool. Can we curse?
I don't give a shit. Okay. Is somebody else gonna do it?
What's that?
I'm gonna be okay. So welcome to those 80s kids remember live streaming broadcast. I'm Andi.
I'm Bryan.
I'm Greg.
And I'm Mike.
Awesome. Today we are going to talk about the late great. Unfortunately, we have to say late. Prince and Bowie and perhaps others through the hour or so. So I will let you guys go ahead and I'm going to be doing tech for a little bit here, so I may go quiet. So I'll let you guys go ahead and start and tell us what you remember. Let's start with Prince. What do you remember about Prince?
Prince to me is God. Prince to me is a god.
Yes.
He's way more than just a performer. It's sad that fentanyl took his life, but you know, you always wonder why did Prince look the same for so many years? Why was he able to dance the same, you know, in his later years as he was in his younger years? And now you know it was fentanyl.
Yeah, because there was always this element of him dancing around a lot on stage, and
Right.
you're sitting there thinking, well, how old is that dude? Is he like 60 years old
Right,
now?
and he's still moving around like that.
How is he doing this? You know, I mean, there's kind of like the
Sam Elliott of music.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And who wouldn't want to be the Sam Elliott of music?
But yeah, the Prince thing, I think my earliest memories of Prince, I'm trying to think back, it was probably about, was I 9-ish years old? I believe it was after the Purple Rain album came out. And then I started becoming aware of, because my sister started watching MTV. You know, she's 3 years older than me,
Right.
and he was big stuff on MTV.
Oh, God,
you know?
yes.
And as a kid who was still in his single digits, I didn't know what to make of the guy. Honestly.
Did Doctor ever give you the giggles?
Doctor?
Yeah, there's a guy in his band. Didn't they call him the Doctor or something? Mike, do you remember?
One of the two keyboard players.
Yeah, and he would wear like a surgical mask and scrubs. He always had scrubs on. That guy used to freak me out a little bit. My first memory is when I was like 13. I went in to buy the record, Dirty Mind. And he's got bikini panties on the cover, and he's just standing there in a really creepy look. And then on the back, he's laying down, almost in a, I don't know, masturbatory sort of a lay down with panties on way. And I wanted it, though I had to buy it because I had all of his stuff. So, but that was a commitment.
So was it a case of you were a little timid to actually go into the record store and pick it up and buy it just because of the cover, or was it you were afraid like I'm going to take this home and my parents are going to see it? And
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
Oh, okay.
It was just, wow, I'm going to actually put this up on the counter and buy it.
like you were buying a friggin' Chippendales
Yes,
calendar
exactly.
or something like that.
Yes. It's a great analogy. That's exactly what it felt like.
Oh.
My first actual memory of Prince was my mother used to be a barber out at the airport in Minnesota, and she said Prince was walking by her barber shop and just turned around, dropped everything he was carrying, snapped his fingers at his bouncer, and said, "Pick that up," and then kept walking.
Wow. Pick it up. Just pick it up.
Just pick it up.
Like pick up the pace?
No, pick up the stuff that dropped.
Oh, they dropped? Okay. And that's
Did you guys, Mike and Craig, did you guys see the movie Purple Rain? I'm sure you did.
Oh my God, yes.
long time.
Yeah.
I
Long
was
time.
at First Avenue when they were filming it.
Really?
My friends and I weren't allowed to go in to be part of it because we were too young, but there's huge crowds outside the place.
Oh, I'm sure. Apollonia's boobies were in that
Yes,
movie.
indeed. That's why we were there.
Yeah. That was one of my initial attractions to see in that movie.
It wasn't Prince's underwear that I was looking to see.
That's actually a pretty good movie. Morris Day and the Time are in that. That's actually kind of a cool flick.
Yeah, Purple Rain.
It's in a B-movie type of way, it's one of the best that you can ever find.
I agree. It is. It does have a B movie feel to it. Yeah, but I love it.
There is a little bit of hint of like it's taking itself very, very seriously.
Yeah.
You know, the Purple Rain thing.
Oh yeah.
It's taking itself very seriously, and there's almost a slight hint of camp that comes into it now, 30 years on.
Yeah, but not then, and they certainly didn't
Right.
intend for that. Yeah.
Right. But yeah, 30 years on, it's kind of inevitable, I guess, that something like that. But it's still good. It's still entertaining. You know?
But you're right. It screams 80s.
Yeah.
And you can't escape that. I think it's aged pretty well. Can we talk about Michael Jackson for just a second? Because one thing sticks out for me: the crotch grabbing. What started that? Why did that start? And people eventually just started glossing it over and not really acknowledging it because it became so much a part of Michael Jackson's thing. Well.
I don't know, is it to make sure it's still there or something?
Maybe he's doing a check. He's doing a check. Sometimes you gotta check and make sure it's still there. The what?
That's how he is.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
But he didn't do that like in the Rock With You days. He wasn't grabbing his thing at that point.
First time I remember seeing
Bad.
him do it was the Bad video,
Yeah,
I think, where they made the whoosh
Right,
noise every
yeah.
time he grabbed his crotch. Yeah.
Which just added to the whole thing. But he eventually started doing that in every song.
Yeah.
Once he reached a certain point.
That Bad outfit had so many zippers to check on it.
Oh God, I know.
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah, it's like, dude, keep your keys on a ring, man. You don't need a pocket for every key.
One of those videos had Wesley Snipes in it. Which one was that?
I don't know.
Was that Beat It?
Beat It.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was Beat It. Yeah.
I think he was one of the gang members.
Yep, that's exactly right.
That's news to me.
Yeah.
Because every time I see Michael Jackson, that's a guy I'd take to a rumble.
But anyway, we got a little side. We could talk about
Go back to
MJ
Prince.
in
We'll
a
go back
bit,
to Prince,
but Prince, like I said, I think my first exposure to him was after Purple Rain came out. It was kind of like the Raspberry Beret.
Around the World in a Day album. Yeah.
Yeah. And my sister used to listen to the song "When Doves Cry,"
That's off Purple Rain.
like
Yeah.
religiously. She used to listen to that song.
Yeah.
break down in tears.
Yeah. Kiss.
Oh, yeah.
I used to find that song hysterical when I was a kid because he sang the whole thing in that falsetto.
Falsetto, yeah.
And then especially when he said the chorus, when he said the word kiss, it just
That
cracked
little
me up.
guitar riff that
Kiss. And it just cracked me up.
Singing that song.
What's that?
I've actually won karaoke contests.
Really? That's awesome. Did you do the falsetto throughout?
Yeah, I can't really hit it anymore.
No, because you knew we were going to ask you, right?
Well, the funny thing is that
I'm from Minnesota, so anytime you go to a club, there is an actual law that says Prince must be played at least 5 times a night.
Oh,
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
I'm sure there is.
It's like
Even if you're at a rock show.
going out to the Northeast somewhere. I'm sure you hear Springsteen every 20 minutes.
Oh, good God, yes. Throughout Jersey. What were you going to say,
I was
Andy?
just going to bring up Kiss, if I'm thinking right, is from the album Parade, right?
Yep.
Which acted as the soundtrack to Under a Cherry Moon.
Which was also a movie, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
this was the movie.
Yep.
And, I like Purple Rain, and that was like my first exposure to Prince. And I had a friend who was in junior high. Her mom was just gushing all over Prince. So she took us to see the movie. It was
What'd you
like,
think of the movie? I saw the movie with my girlfriend back then. What'd you think of
Under
it?
a Cherry Moon was horrible.
Yeah, it wasn't that good. It was...
I've never seen it, but
You
I've
know
heard
what?
it's a letdown.
With the movie, well, that's what I'm going to get to.
Yeah.
But with Purple Rain, I thought I liked the music a lot. And when I'm trying to think, what year did it come out?
85? 86. It was
Okay,
86.
so I was about, 13-ish years old. So,
Okay.
I thought it was, I couldn't see the camp how bad this movie is when
Yeah.
you're looking at it with 13-year-old eyes. So I did like it. But Under a Cherry Moon, I'm sorry, but that movie is friggin' awesome.
I liked it
is-
because it
it
was
is-
Prince.
It's
And it's in black and white.
freaking hilarious.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's
It's funny?
just, the death scene, spoilers, I'm sorry, but when Prince gets shot and
Oh,
killed.
don't spoil Under a Cherry Moon for us.
But, it's just the most hilarious thing. I know that this won what is it, a Razzie or something like that. That
Did it? I'm
for
sure it
the
did.
worst movie or something like that. But I mean, for camp value, watching it's all black and white,
Yep.
and there was a different director in.
Jerome from Morris Day of the Time is in there.
And they started with having a different director. I can't remember the director's name, but Prince ended up firing him,
Yeah,
and then
that's
started
right.
directing the movie
Oh,
himself.
Oh no,
Yeah.
that's a sign of trouble right
Oh,
there.
my
If the
God.
director gets canned
It's
halfway
just-
through.
It's deliciously bad.
It
this
is.
movie.
Like I
It's
said,
just-
I loved it because it was Prince, but yeah, quality-wise, it's not a good movie.
And I think I've seen Sign of the Times or Sign O the Times, whatever it is.
God, I love that
A
album.
little bit, I think at the end, because that was the one that was supposed to be like the sequel to Purple Rain, right?
I think
Where
so.
he is
Yeah,
the
I
kid.
think so.
Was it?
No, that's Graffiti
Graffiti Bridge.
Bridge, which was in 1990.
Wow,
But
I
I'm trying
forgot
to think
about
of the
that.
one that was supposed to be like the sequel of it, and I've seen a little bit of it, and it's just I can't get through that. Everything it looks
Yeah.
like everything is on a sound stage, and it's meant to look like it's on a sound stage, so you're like watching this live production
Yeah.
of a play or something like that, and it's just terrible.
Let me creep everybody out for a second. There's an album because I got every single thing he ever did. There was an album called Come that came out.
Yeah.
And I bought it because it was the next Prince album. I was like, God, I can't wait to listen to this. It was awful. And then
Oh,
I
really?
heard that the reason he did it was because he was taking a shot at Warner Brothers and he just put out some shit.
Contractual obligation thing.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly. And it was terrible.
That wasn't around the time that he
Became the sign?
The symbol.
put the word slave on his cheek.
Yes.
and-
Yes.
That's exactly
Was
what
that
Yep, that is definitely it.
I remember that. Yeah, and then he changed his name to the
To
artist.
the artist formerly known as.
Yeah, because first it was the whole mouthful. The artist formerly known
Right.
as Prince.
Yeah.
I remember, I think I might have been in high school at the time he did that. I thought it was a joke. I was like, what? Really?
Yeah, I did too, but he was really serious about that. Do you guys remember who else did Kiss?
Oh, yes.
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones.
Oh God, I didn't remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm YouTubing that when I get home.
Doesn't get any slicker than Tom Jones, man.
Kill.
Forgot about
You
that.
know you made it when Tom Jones covers you.
Definite sign of making it, yes.
So, what was the whole dispute with Prince and the record company then, where he decided, the hell with you guys, I've had enough. I'm coming out with a sucker in my hand and,
Right.
and the word slave on my face.
And here comes the album Come. Enjoy,
Yeah.
folks. You know what? I don't, Mike, do you know what,
They weren't giving him as much freedom to create.
is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Okay.
like a thing where they wanted him doing more like 3-minute single type of things. Was that what it was?
I think they wanted him just to do Purple Rain all over again.
Yeah, I think that's probably kind of what they wanted too.
That could be it.
We want you to
Yeah.
do Purple Rain 2, 3, and 4, and then we'll talk about doing something creative.
I don't think so, my brothers.
You know, it's also weird. He didn't give many interviews in the beginning, but towards the end of his life there, he was actually he was giving interviews a lot more frequently than before. Before, you never even heard his voice talking.
No.
Did you guys ever get to see Prince perform?
No, I mean, I would have killed a family of 5 to see him. I would have done anything in the world to see him.
I never-
perform at the Target Center. I sat in the KSPP box. A friend of mine won tickets, and she didn't want to go, so she sent me with her kid.
Oh my
I was like, all right, no problem. I'll go see Prince for free.
Wow. She didn't want to see him?
She didn't want to go. I don't know why.
I can understand not wanting to go to like a Tom Wolfpack concert, but I don't know if I'd pass up Prince. Even if I wasn't a fan, I don't know that I could pass that up.
And it was, he had this giant white piano, and he was dressed to match the piano, and it was just fantastic.
What year was it? What year was it, Mike?
That was about, that was in 96.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That's
about 20 years
awesome,
ago
man.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was 20 years ago.
What a cool memory.
Oh, yeah. Well, my ex-wife, the person who got them signed with Sony Records, her band,
Uh-huh.
she was in a band called The Blue Up. What's his name? The drummer was their manager, the one that discovered them.
Oh, okay.
Bobby Z.
Yeah, okay.
Slipping on Bobby Z for a second. So I actually got to go with the girls when they recorded at Paisley Park.
Sweet.
Bobby Z gave us a tour.
Wow.
Very
Oh,
nice.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah, it was. Got to see the actual motorcycle from the Purple Rain.
Was it purple?
It was purple.
It's the one that Apollonia was on back.
Not a very big motorcycle at all.
Really?
It's like a little clown bike.
It really looks like you see it and you go, you're thinking Prince is just astride that motorcycle in the movie. He's bringing women with him on it, and then you go and see it, and you go, I couldn't fit my butt on that thing.
I believe it. I believe it.
You know, there were a lot of spin-offs from Prince, too. And actually, well, let's get to that first. Vanity.
Oh,
Isn't she dead? Did she die?
I don't know. I know she got all religious. I know.
Yeah.
She turned into.
I remember that, but Apollonia, I believe, is the one that died, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe so.
Yeah, because they did that nasty girl song.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Apollonia died?
Either Apollonia or Vanity. Either one of the two died. Like in the last
As I know,
2 or 3 years, I think.
Vanity did the born again Christian thing. I think. Yeah.
Well, God, you know what's weird is if you listen to Prince albums, a lot of his songs are extremely religious, and then they're extremely sexual.
Yeah.
It's like he couldn't make up his mind
It's
where he wanted to go.
It's like you can't mix those things up. You end up with.
And he was a member of their church.
Who's?
My cousin, Jehovah's Witness down in Prior Lake, and Prince was a member of their church.
Yeah, he was a Jehovah's
Wow.
Witness.
What do they call that? Community Hall or whatever?
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
See, mixing religion with sex is a really bad idea. That's how lawsuits happen usually.
Yes, it is actually.
Not when they were talking about Prince's perform, I never saw him perform live or anything, but I was telling you guys about this before the show started up today. because I'm a big Rolling Stones fan, and I've read a couple of books on him. Well, Mick Jagger in '81, they were going on this big tour, and they were looking for opening acts for the Stones. And Mick Jagger saw Prince, and he thought, "Oh man, this dude's killer. He's terrific. He's like the future." Well, he opens up for him one night. I don't know what city it was in, but Prince comes out there, and this is '81. This is before he started wearing all the purple and everything.
Before he blew up, yeah.
He comes out. He's in like black bikini brief underwear, no shirt, and he's got freaking black high heels on.
That is great.
He's dancing around singing. They're watching him on the monitor in the back, and Charlie Watts, the Stones drummer, yells out, he's like, "Cool! He's in his bloody underwear out there." And a bunch of people are throwing empty beer containers at him.
I'm sure the
yelling,
Stones had a rough crowd back then, man.
Yelling a bunch of homophobic slurs at him and everything.
It was a lot of bikers loved the Stones.
Yeah.
That would have been like seeing Jimi Hendrix opening for the Monkees.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. Yeah. The two just don't go together at all.
Yeah, right. Yeah, the Monkees audience full of teenage girls. They were like, "What the hell is this?" Yeah.
Prince also wrote a lot of songs that I don't think people realize he wrote.
Oh, yeah.
Manic Monday by the Bangles.
Yeah. That's because he was trying to get Susanna Hoffs in the sack.
The big song by Sinead O'Connor. What did he write for Kojak? What's that?
Nothing Compares to
Nothing
You.
Compares to You.
The Teardrop
Yep.
song.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then he actually wrote one for Bonnie Raitt. It was a huge hit, and I can't think of the name of it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Bonnie. You know that, Mike?
I can't remember the name of that song, but he is right. It was for Bonnie Raitt.
Yeah, and she made a huge hit out of it.
Damn.
You can make me do. Yeah, fuck, I can't remember the name of it.
What the hell was that?
Oh, I can make.
I can't
Yes.
make
Make
you.
you love me. Or
I
something
can't
like
make you
that.
love me. I didn't know he wrote that.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I remember that song.
yeah.
Yeah.
I had no clue he wrote that.
You got a tour through Paisley Park Studios?
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to go upstairs where he had a suite. But,
Okay. Well, no telling what was going on up there.
They actually have a massive movie studio
Yeah.
space in there.
Yeah.
And it's where they had built the insides of the houses for grumpy old men.
Really?
Oh my God. I
What?
didn't know that.
Yeah, so originally they were side by side in this big room, 2-story houses with the fronts taken off.
Now I'm picturing Burgess Meredith and Prince hanging out.
Yeah, Walter Map on it.
I love you, kid. That's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah, good.
And he had the set pieces from every single concert he had ever done. They were
Wow.
still there.
That's awesome.
The man was a hoarder.
It was a horror.
Do you guys remember it was like 89, I want to say 89 or 90, where Prince showed up at something. I don't remember if it was some award show.
The Sgt. Pepper outfit?
The buttless outfit. He showed
Oh
up
my
in.
God, that's right.
Because
Wasn't it?
In Living Color did a sketch on that. It was one of those cheesy, it started off as this cheesy jeans commercial,
Yeah.
and Prince was talking to these other two dudes, and then he starts singing. It was Jamie Foxx who was playing Prince.
Yeah.
And then he turns around and he's got the ass cut out of his blue
my
jeans.
God.
It was funny as hell. It was him and Tommy Davidson and David Allen Greer doing a jeans commercial. It was funny
That's
as hell.
hilarious. I've never seen that.
Butt out jeans.
But you're right.
by
He
Prince.
wore
Because they kept telling him they're exchanging stories about women, right?
Yeah.
And he starts butting in with these weird stories about vanity and everything. Oh, I know what you mean. He's like, one time I poured chocolate sauce all over Miss Sheila E. And they both turn to him. They're like, butt out, man. And then it turns out
He's wearing
at the end, his jeans are called butt out jeans. Yeah,
That's great.
it was
I've never
a
seen
funny
that.
sketch.
Jamie Foxx actually does an amazing impersonation. He did it on Oprah once of Prince. I mean, it's fucking incredible. It's really dead on.
because he did the little noises in that commercial that put like the like that kind of thing. That kind of stuff. He did that. It was funny.
Prince was unique. Nobody liked him.
Yeah. It shocked me that he died from
Fentanyl.
Just from any drug.
Yeah.
Right,
He just
'cause
never.
like we said, he was like religious. He was a Jehovah's Witness there for a while, and I had heard from somewhere that he did have some, at some point issues with drugs, but then he had gotten like found religion, got clean.
Yeah.
It was like totally against, all that kind of thing. So it was really when everybody's he's probably overdosed on drugs because he was having problems a week prior to his death.
Yeah, I
passed
heard
out, rushed to the hospital. I'm like, nah. Prince, he's not, he's not a druggie.
That's what I thought when he died too. I was like, there's no way.
No way. It's not. It's got to be
He's
something
he's
bacterial
adamantly
or
against it.
something.
He's getting up there in age. He's probably just tired. He's got
Right.
exhaustion or something like that.
Some touring and stuff. Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
thought too.
So that was.
I've got one other one for you. Back in the day, I used to work for the City Guard at the Renaissance Festival. During Middle East Fest, we had the youngest ever belly dancer in the United States. Her name was Matai, who 6 years later ended up marrying Prince. So
Wow.
this 12-year-old up here belly dancing. Little did I know that at some point that was going to be Prince's wife.
Yeah.
Wow.
World's youngest belly dancer.
Yes,
How old was she?
she was 12.
Oh, that's messed up.
Okay. So Prince wasn't messing around pulling a Jerry Lee Lewis then, was he?
No.
Okay.
I don't believe so. We never saw him at the Renaissance
Yeah.
Festival, at least.
And that brings up a point. It's funny. I moved to the Twin Cities in 1992, I want to say, and it's once you're in there and you're living there, it seemed to me anyway, like 6 degrees of separation. It seems everybody that in the Twin Cities has some sort of separation, connection, whatever, to Prince, and it's the weirdest thing.
Somebody knows him.
Right.
Somebody's cousin.
Who knows was on retainer for Prince to play
So
saxophone.
it's definitely a better connection than what I've got. Lee Harvey Oswald went to my high school.
Oh,
it's not quite the same thing there.
Wow.
Yeah, I got a connection to John Denver and Lee Harvey Oswald.
Wow. Yeah,
Not
I'd
like
actually
Prince.
brag more about John Denver. Actually. Lee Harvey.
Remember that.
I mentioned the Sgt. Pepper outfit. That's actually Michael Jackson that wore that, now that I think about it. And did he bring a monkey to an award show?
Bubbles.
Yeah, Bubbles. Okay.
That
And then,
wouldn't surprise me.
and then there was that period of time he was hanging around with Webster.
Oh yeah.
Oh, God,
Emmanuel
yes.
Lewis.
Yes. I do remember him taking Brooke Shields to the Grammys one
Oh,
year.
I remember that too.
I remember that. Because Eddie Murphy talked about it in Raw after it happened. It's like everybody trusts Mike. It's like Mike took Brooke Shields to the Grammys. Nobody white said shit.
No.
Like,
No.
if I'd have taken Brooke Shields to the Grammys, y'all would have lost your mind.
So true, but you're right. No one made a fuss out of it.
No.
Because you knew he wasn't going to go and do anything with Brooke Shields. There's just no fucking way.
Yeah, because Mike was Mike, and Brooke was just Miss.
Right.
Just
Yes.
Little Miss Perfect.
But there was a while he was bringing something different every goddamn time he went to an award show. It was the monkey, or it was Lewis, or it was Macaulay Culkin.
Yeah.
I mean, he was hanging around. Corey Feldman
Michael
too.
Jackson's version of a dirty movie was Home Alone.
Oh my God!
In Living Color did that too. Yeah, where Michael Jackson was trying to get in Macaulay Culkin's house, and Macaulay Culkin was setting all these traps for him. Yeah, they did that too.
Oh my God!
Yep.
That's great.
Yep.
Oh,
Well-
I missed that show.
Yeah.
We could get into Mike a little bit.
Yeah, let's get into Mike. I mean, I don't want to really get into Mike, but let's get into Mike.
Well, it was
Where do you start?
way back.
So start at the Jackson 5.
Jackson 5. There's a lot of people saying that, their father was a little rough on them.
Joe was
Joe.
pretty crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. See,
I think from everything I've ever read or seen, I think Joe made him crazy. I think Mike started out crazy
yeah,
because of his dad.
It's very possible.
But man, if you look at some of those clips of Michael Jackson singing when he's like 11 or 10, his voice and his vibrato, natural stuff, I mean, it's incredible.
Oh, he's out there with that big grin on his face,
Yeah.
dancing around.
Just so freakishly gifted.
Hey, what's up? You know,
Yeah.
dancing around and everything. It's terrific.
It really is.
His brothers were just
And by 11, he was already helping write the music for the band.
Right.
yeah.
It's just insane. Yeah, he was freakishly gifted. There's no question about it.
And I love a couple of those early Jackson 5 hits too.
Oh, I do too.
I think my favorite is ABC.
I even like Rockin' Robin. It makes me feel crazy when I hear it. But I like that tune. Yep.
Oh, I don't know. I think my favorite is that one he did about a rat.
Ben.
Ben.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the love song made to a rat.
Yeah,
Yes.
Ben.
because that's normal.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like child psychologists sitting there thinking, well, there's nothing unusual about that. The kid doesn't have any real friends or a life outside of show business, and
And if
he's
you-
writing love songs to a
To
rat.
a rat. And if you think about it, him buying bones later on in life kind of all makes sense.
The elephant man.
Gotta get those bones, man.
Oh my God.
Well, like the Jackson 5, I think a lot of people forget about it, but they continued making music together all the way up. They were still together up until he split for Off the Wall,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yes.
In the late 70s? Because they were like, Mike was a teenager yet when they all had the big fros
Oh, yeah.
and the platform shoes and everything.
Well, and then there was the tour.
Fans.
Mike,
Yeah,
what was that
yeah.
tour called, Mike, that when they all came back together? What was that? Huge tour. With, where Michael he had already had,
Jackson 5 and Michael.
yeah, where he like reunited with his brothers.
That was after Thriller.
Yes.
No.
Because a friend of mine in junior high, his older brother had a Pepsi can
Yeah.
that had the like tour dates of the Jackson 5 and everything. The can was like from '83, I believe.
Okay. I would say this tour was probably 85-ish.
Okay.
Back when Michael Jackson set his hair on fire.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, because Michael was huge at the time.
Yeah.
And then he was going on a tour with his brothers.
His brothers were all, remember us?
Right. Somebody please remember me. I'm Tito. But I know Mike was doing a lot of solo stuff there.
That was God. So that happened around '83.
The tour?
Yeah.
Tour with his brothers, I think, was more like 85-ish.
Maybe it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I remember there was a Pepsi can that we were looking at. It was empty.
Yeah.
You know, it was like in some drawer. And we were like going through his brother's old dresser that was up in his room. Hey, look at that! Found tobacco and stuff in there, you know. But yeah, there was that, and then he started doing the solo thing, and
which is, to me, was just so much better than the Jackson 5.
well,
I
Off the
thought.
Wall like had like kind of like disco-y stuff to it, you know.
Yeah. More R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But no one can ever deny Thriller. That is one of the best albums of all.
I think it's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
See,
Craig thinks it's overproduced.
I
I can see
honestly, other than the song Thriller, I have not heard it. I couldn't tell you
what
what song.
heard it?
No. I
I mean-
despised Michael Jackson.
Oh.
I was not a fan of Michael Jackson at all.
Really?
Really. I could not. If these videos came on MTV, turn it. It's
Even
like,
Beat It and Billie Jean and stuff?
No.
Wow.
did
See-
not like it.
I never had
Have
a.
you at least seen the Thriller video?
Well, I've seen it. Well, yeah, of course I've seen the Thriller video, but I mean, as far as what's on what album and where that's from, and I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you left from right.
Here,
It was the Victory Tour, by the way. Just throwing that in there. Yeah.
here.
No, really back in the '80s, I was into punk. So,
Oh, okay.
punk and heavy metal.
Not quite Michael Jackson.
No. Beat It
No.
probably wasn't up your alley, man.
No. It broke my heart more when Lemmy Kilminster died than Michael Jackson.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
But Off the Wall is amazing. That's still one of my favorite albums by anyone ever. Working Day and Night and stuff like that, those are great songs, man.
Working Day and Night's got a cool groove to it, and that's the one where She's Out of My Life, and that one where he sounds like he's about to start bawling through the whole thing.
Yeah. Oh, it's so dramatic.
That was another one where
Which one's the one with McCartney?
oh, that was on Thriller.
The girl is
Oh, that
mine.
song
No, she's
sucks.
mine, Michael.
That song sucks.
That was on Thriller.
That was on Thriller.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awful.
Not Ebony and Ivory. That's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, and that song I love.
That song sucks too. God.
Yeah, but there's nothing funnier than when Saturday Night Live, Joe Piscopo played
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ebony and Ivory with Stevie Wonder.
You're blind as a bat.
And I have sight.
Yeah, that's funny.
Side by side, you are my amigo Negro. Let's not fight.
That's awesome. Oh my God, that was great.
Oh yeah, Joe Piscopo.
Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney did more than one, didn't they?
Say.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
Yep. That song I liked. You didn't like that, did you?
just
Yeah.
kind of there. It wasn't annoying like
Yeah.
Ebony and Ivory.
Hey, but they're living together in perfect harmony. Come
Paul
on, man.
McCartney, another one of my least favorite musicians. Yeah, that's
So
like
you grew up hating Michael Jackson and Paul McCartney.
I did. Yep. And
Wow.
the boys give me crap about it
How did
because
you do that?
how do what?
How did you do that? Even during my heavy-duty punk phase, I still was a major Beatles head.
You know,
Did you come around on it eventually?
no. I think it's gotten worse as I've gotten older.
Really?
Yeah. No, it's gotten a hell of a lot worse. I cannot stand to listen to Paul McCartney anything. I think there's one song I can tolerate, but the rest of
But
it.
otherwise, you cringe
Well,
when you hear McCartney, kind of
absolute
like
turning.
Kramer
It's
when
like
he hears
not
Mary
listening.
Well, Paul's solo stuff is a bit on the goofy side. It's a little too much. Ooh, isn't this fun? Aren't we having
I
fun?
love it all. I love it all.
The Wings
You know,
either. I can't. The Wings.
Silly love songs doesn't do it
Absolutely
for you?
not. No.
Yeah. What about Band on the Run?
Ah,
Band on the Run, I like.
no, I
Cool
can't.
tune. It's better than the Plastic Ono Band. Holy Christ, what were they
I
doing?
think the only song by him that I can listen to and it's like, okay, is "Baby I'm Amazed." And
I was just gonna mention that song. That's a terrific
only
song.
one.
Maybe
That's
I'm
the
Amazed
only
is a
one.
great song.
That's
And Let Die.
Yeah, Live and Let Die. You don't
never
think
liked
that one?
Live and Let Die. Never liked Live and Let Die.
Even when Guns N' Roses did it.
Oh, that's right. They did redo
Yeah,
that.
yeah, they did it. Didn't care for that song much then either. That song just didn't do anything for me,
Huh.
to be honest with you. But maybe I'm amazed as on one of those handful of slow numbers that don't make you want to puke.
Right.
You know?
See, I love the slow, sappy stuff. What about Coming Up? That do anything for you? Coming Up like a flower. That was so Paul, man. That was so Paul.
Yeah, that's the essence of McCartney.
It
right
really
there.
is. Coming up like a flower.
Yeah. But anyway, MJ, we were talking about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Thriller, when Andrea said she hasn't heard hardly any of it,
Yeah.
there was a chance I might not have either had it not been for my sister.
Really?
She got it on vinyl
Mhm.
for her birthday in 1983.
Nice.
I believe it was. She got it on vinyl, and she wore the grooves off that
Oh,
thing.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
A lot of people did back then, yeah.
And when I was in first grade, a friend of mine, I remember, beat it. Everybody was beat it. Beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it, beat it. Friend of mine brought this little boom box to school, and he had a cassette that had the song Beat It. And I kid you not, he was leading a line at recess of kids. He had the radio on his shoulder, and they were all like moonwalking and strutting around in a big line.
It's like a Michael Jackson gang.
While he was blasting "Beat It" out of this radio, like the entire recess. It was just "Beat It" over and over and over again.
I would think the kid would get pummeled at some point.
No, it was bad.
Dude, enough with the goddamn
Yeah.
beat it. Somebody tackles him.
Well, they were moving around the whole time. They
Yeah.
weren't stationary, so they weren't giving people enough time to get tired of it. And also in first grade, this high school girl by the name of Jamie. I've told you about this.
Okay.
This was after the commercial where he got burnt. Pepsi. Okay? We're on this trip. We're going to go to this field trip for the zoo, and Jamie's with us, helping us get all of our sack lunches together and everything. And I come into the room. She is leading, this is a high schooler, leading a group of first graders in this chant. I pledge allegiance to the flag. Michael Jackson is a fag.
Oh my goodness.
Pepsi Cola burned him up, so now he's drinking 7-Up.
Oh my God.
It's just like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Michael Jackson is a fag.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's a high schooler leading a bunch of 6- and 7-year-olds in this chant
And
at
now
school.
he's drinking 7-Up. Well, I bet they thought that was a great little rhyme.
Mhm.
So clever.
Yeah. Who was it? Was it Alfonso Ribeiro who was in that commercial with him back then?
Because he's moonwalking
Yeah.
and he backs into Michael.
Yeah.
Yep. I remember that.
Way before the Carlton
Yeah,
dance.
Well, he actually, Alfonso had one of those blue screen.
Alfonso, that name. He doesn't look like an Alfonso.
Back when he was on Silver Spoons, remember he had a video, a breakdancing video, a how-to breakdancing thing that he was advertising. Yeah,
I vaguely remember that.
it was one of those things with the blue screen at the end, call 800 blah 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 blah. He's like,
Really?
you get all this. There was like a glove or something, gloves that came with it and everything. It was like an instructional video on
Throw in some gloves.
how to break dance, on how to spin, how to do the worm, how to do a bunch of yeah.
That screams SNL skit, man.
Yeah, because I
It was
remember
real.
him pointing
I
at
had
the.
a guy at my school come up with somewhat of a psychology test. He started the rumor that Alfonso Ribeiro broke his neck breakdancing. Start spreading around the school and see how many people believed it and some that actually saw it on the news.
Oh my God.
No, I saw it. It happened,
It's
man.
It was on the news. You can't dispute the news. Oh, that's
I remember
funny.
seeing it. It happened.
What?
Silver Spoons. Jesus. That's one of those shows I just try to block out that it ever happened.
I love that show.
Ricky Schroeder.
Oh,
really?
God.
Okay,
I loved that.
Aaron-
Aaron
let me get
Gray
this-
was on it too.
So Andy doesn't like McCartney or Michael Jackson, but loves Silver Spoons.
I loved that show. I was
Here
so
we are.
heartbroken when it was canceled.
Face to face, a couple of silver spoons. Yeah,
What was her name? What was the chick? She was kind of hot, the mom.
Aaron Gray.
That's who it was.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was on Battlestar, or not Battlestar Galactica.
She was on
Buck Rogers. She was on Buck Rogers.
Yeah. Okay.
Beady, 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 the
Yeah.
stupid robot. Yeah,
Right.
she was on that show. Yeah, Aaron Gray was on.
I'll bet that's aged well.
Yeah. The robot. Oh, yeah. He was voiced by Blanc, the Looney Tunes guy.
Really? Mel Blanc did that?
Yeah, because go to footage of him and listen to him talk. He sounds like Yosemite Sam.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
the voice.
Never knew that. I always hated Ricky Schroeder. That's why I couldn't get into that. I just hated that kid. I wanted him dead so bad.
What did he
Yeah, I
do?
didn't like him since the champ.
Since what?
The Champ.
Oh my God, with John Voight. Champ.
I bet you that's a movie that's aged well.
Who wouldn't want to? Yeah. Who wouldn't want to line up to see a movie with John Voight and Ricky fucking Schroeder?
Exactly.
Good Lord. I remember that movie. Oh my God.
Well, back to MJ.
Yeah.
It's like the third time I've said that.
We
but
get sidetracked so easily.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, Thriller. Okay, Thriller. He was the man. He was everywhere.
Yep.
The Motown special.
Oh, the
Where he
first
moonwalked?
moonwalk? Yeah.
Okay. Then he was dormant for a few years.
Uh-huh.
And then things started getting like a little weird around the time like Bad came out.
Personal life, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because you had the monkey, you had the oxygen chamber.
The white.
That was after Bad.
Was it? Because that was about the time he bought the Elephant Man's bones. It was like in '87.
Tried to.
He tried to?
He tried to. He wasn't able to.
Oh, okay. All right.
These aren't for sale, man.
Because I remember a Mad magazine that I bought around that time had a parody of him called Sad. And it was written to Bad. And it was all about how weird Michael Jackson's gotten.
Well, the skin thing was going on there too.
The
pigmentation.
skin thing?
And it turned out
Yeah.
he really did have a disease, but you had the skin pigmentation
Oh,
thing going on
no.
with the monkey and then the
Yeah.
bones. And
There was
And
people
the
talking
plastic
about his
surgery.
face
Yeah.
not looking right anymore.
His
Yeah.
nose,
His
kinda
nose.
just eroding away.
and eventually his nose became sort of
I
a
remember those rumors.
what?
Michael Jackson's nose fell off.
Oh yeah. Oh, I do too. It was like you could take it on or take it off, sort of a party favor thing. His nose turned
Yeah.
into.
Yeah.
For a while, he was kind of looking like Voldemort.
Yeah, he really was. Because you're right, because the nose was just gone. It was just a couple of nostrils.
Yeah. Yeah. Bad. Bad. I think some people looked at that as a little bit of a letdown. I think a little bit of a letdown after.
Well, because it's
Thriller.
hard to come back after Thriller. It's so
Yeah.
hard to come back with something. There's some decent songs on there.
Yeah. See, to me, I don't know. I thought they were kind of equal.
Really?
To me, Bad, the song never matched up to I'm Fat.
I would agree with you. Weird Al.
Weird Al. Yeah.
He
I
definitely
was just
trumped
thinking,
MJ with that one.
Yes, Eat It and
I'm fat.
I'm fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the video for Fat too.
Oh God,
I
I love
mean,
that video,
They
man.
did everything that Michael Jackson and that group did in the video, and they parodied everything,
Yep.
every move they
It was
made in
really
that video.
well done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got 2 9-year-old girls that ask to watch that video.
I used to show it to my kids too. Yeah,
Remember
that's funny stuff, man.
Remember the intro in black and white where they're giving Weird Al shit at the beginning? The big dudes are giving Weird Al shit. What are you on a diet, man? Huh? It's like that what they teach you in that little sister
That's right,
school?
they're hassling him.
And
Oh,
Weird Al's like, back off me, man. Back off. And one guy holds a ding dong up and he's like, hey man, yo. He's like, ding dong, man. It's like, ding dong, yo.
Yeah, I don't know. The song Bad to me sucked. But everything else on that album, I kind
Oh,
of.
it's ludicrous. The
It
song is so, it's like 120 pounds of Michael Jackson out there telling you he's going to kick your ass.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Michael Jackson, the badass.
Who's bad? Remember my dad even scoffing. What's that? What's that, Mike?
As he's grabbing his crotch.
As he's
Yeah.
grabbing his crotch. I had heard actually that Michael Jackson had wanted Prince to do Bad with him, and Prince just said no, like just a resounding no, because of he was. I think he told Oprah, he was like, once I heard the first lyrics of that song, "Your butt is mine," I'm out. I'm not doing it. Your butt is mine. It's just almost too much.
Yeah, I know. Your butt is mine. That's great stuff. I forgot about that.
It is.
Mike, yeah, the Bad thing was just so ludicrous because I remember even my dad when we had MTV on looking at that and going, Michael Jackson is a 110-pound little twink. He's like, he's not kicking anybody's ass.
No, he's not going to a rumble.
Even in Beat It, when you watch the video for that, you see the 2 guys, how they're going to fight. Wrapping a towel around each other's hands, and he's holding a switchblade.
And they look like they're like dancing some kind of weird dance with each other, some sort of like
West
salsa
Side Story
dance or
thing.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, just off of the set from Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, because one of the 2 dudes who was in the knife fight was tied up was the choreographer. He was actually the choreographer of the video.
Really?
The dance choreographer. I saw it on pop-up video years ago, yes.
Yeah.
Good video. No, I didn't know that.
Video.
Well, then with MJ, unfortunately, we also have to talk about
Latoya?
this.
Can we spend an hour? Can we please spend an hour on LaToya?
I remember when she posed in Playboy. Yeah. The children.
Oh.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to bring up Michael without that coming up.
And the Jesus juice.
Yeah. You know, he did. He settled out of court on the first one, didn't
Yeah,
he?
I think there was a couple of them. I think most.
Yeah, I was gonna say there were multiple ones that he settled out of court.
And I get torn about thinking about it one way or the other because in some instances it looks bad. It does look bad, but at the same time you go back and you think he's an easy target at the same time.
Extremely. He's hanging out with Webster and Macaulay Culkin.
If a woman takes him to court, he's either got to prove that, either pay them off or prove that he's actually gay.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
As he just seems like he would be an easy target for some crazy person
trying to extort money
who wants money. Yeah.
Well, when you're inviting children over into your bedroom to have, slumber parties.
Yeah.
I mean, odds don't look good in your favor.
That's weird behavior.
When you're having sleepovers with little kids.
Yeah.
That are not in your family.
It's inappropriate. Even if you're not laying a finger on them, it's still inappropriate. Yeah.
Jesus
and
juice.
If you blow all the money that you've made building something called Neverland.
Right. Yeah, even Neverland's a little creepy.
Yeah. The playground, the park out in his house and everything. Yeah. Right. Buying a giraffe.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Do you believe it? Do you not believe it? I have no idea. With Cosby, I know.
Yeah.
But I don't know about MJ. I'm just not sure.
I know. That's why I say I've gone back and forth about that so many times in the past 20-some years. I just don't know what to make of it all.
I used to think, well, maybe Corey Feldman is a train wreck because of Michael Jackson. And then I'm like, no, he was a train wreck way before he was a train wreck when he was born.
To be a train wreck.
Yes.
I mean, he's like a lifelong train wreck.
Yes, he is.
He went on something Feldman did, some like 2020 show or something, was talking about how Michael Jackson was showing him porn magazines when he was a kid.
Yeah, look at this. This is Hustler.
Yeah.
Here's a copy of Jugs magazine. Oh my God. Oh,
that's what he said. He said the guy, and he said he never touched me inappropriately or anything like that. But he said if that was my kid,
oh God,
and some dude was doing this for my kid, I'd want to kill him.
Yes.
Yeah, just strange.
At least Prince, even though he came out in his underwear on stage, was never really creepy about it.
No, it was just Prince being a showman.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, totally agree. But there was a long period of time where people were just cringe when they would see Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Because once those rumors started, man, they didn't stop.
Yeah.
It was one person after another, and then he wasn't. And then there was a raid. They raided Neverland.
Mm-hmm.
That just sounds funny.
Really bad song with his sister Janet.
Did they do a song? What song was that?
Oh, I don't know, but they were in like a Zero Gravity when they were
doing
the video.
That video
That's
was
right.
weird. Yeah, that video was weird.
Yeah.
They looked too much like each other in that video.
Yeah, I would agree. Jermaine was.
He had to prove that he wasn't actually Janet in drag.
Oh my God, there was rumors of that too.
Yeah,
there were so many crazy rumors surrounding him. There was always something new.
Well, LaToya looked like him.
Yeah.
LaToya looked like him.
And she's as batshit crazy as anyone that's ever
lived. Oh, LaToya is nuts.
Yeah, she is bananas.
Yeah. Well, did you want to get to David Bowie
yet
too?
I was just thinking we should probably get to David Bowie.
Yeah.
Going on Jackson tangents. Bowie, and another great artist who I suppose hit his biggest commercial success in the 1990s. Excuse me, 1980s. Although a lot of people, I don't know, would argue that his better work was done prior to that.
Oh,
But
the 70s stuff. Yeah.
I loved his 80s stuff.
Yeah. And so, and there was another, I guess, conflict with his record label at the time in the 70s, why he was being so weird. From what I've heard, you know, that he was trying to be inventive and just trying to get out of a record contract or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So he was trying to be as weird as he possibly could to try to get out of it.
Out of
And
the
then
contract.
it was in the 80s then when that contract, you know, was over, and then he was
He would come out with new stuff that he actually liked.
right, you know.
China Girl was awesome.
Yeah.
Love China
And
Girl.
that whole
album is fantastic.
What's that?
The whole Let's Dance album is
Yes.
huge.
Agreed. It was
Come here.
great
Come here.
stuff, man.
Come here.
Nothing more menacing than a dog losing his voice.
Dave.
Even what was the one he did with Mick Jagger?
Dancing in the streets.
That video. Yeah.
Yes. Dancing in the Street.
Yep.
Yes.
That video is hysterical.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Yeah, and well, I
They're
would
both so
say
flamboyant.
Yeah, I know.
Let's Dance was like a huge thing in the 80s, but I know that I was exposed to Bowie a little bit earlier than that with I don't know if you had cable in the 90s. USA channel had their Friday and Saturday night late night shows, night
I remember
flights,
those, yeah.
and all of that, and they would do featured, and that would be the first time I saw David Bowie, and the first thing that really was memorable of him, the first impression was Ashes to Ashes. I don't know when that song was released, but Ashes to Ashes.
I think it was 1980, 79
it was
around
something,
there.
it was
Yeah.
right around the beginning or the end of one decade to the next.
Okay.
Max, seriously, stop. So, but
He's got his opinion too.
Yeah, he's got something to say. It's funny because he's been quiet this whole time, but Bowie apparently makes him want to say something.
Bowie rocked.
Yeah. Let's Dance, actually, that's Stevie Ray Vaughan playing guitar.
right, yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I've got a cousin who, my mother's cousin. You call that a great cousin? I don't know. But he was really into slightly off the wall music, and when I was 10, he gave me Ziggy Stardust, a copy of it.
I love that disc.
I started listening to Bowie really young. Just adore the guy's music. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Ziggy Stardust, that was great stuff.
See, that's my favorite. There is the Ziggy Stardust album.
See, I like the 80s Bowie. I liked his stuff in the 80s.
And I did too. And my older son, Dakota, he's 22 now, and he'll just vehemently just 80s
Really?
Bowie just sucks. And I'm like, but you don't understand.
That's what my son's like. Can't stand him.
Really?
When my son heard change, oh, he went bananas, Preston.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God. He was like, that's the most annoying thing I've ever heard in my life.
And like you don't get it. You don't understand what it was to be in the 80s and then to have this, it's easy for you to look back and say, oh, no, this is much better, much more artistic.
Yeah.
It's like you don't understand. You don't know. So don't sit there
See,
and
my
tell me
daughter
how
loves
it's
it. She
crap.
loves
Yeah.
all Bowie. Yeah.
Max, come here. Come.
Yeah, and with Bowie, even though he wasn't a metal and punk, we listened to that. I had and these children that you spit on as they try to change their world are immune to your consultations. They're quite aware what they're going through. I had that on a jacket.
Really?
That was
Really?
actually also the movie The Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
The very first, the title before the movie started, it had this title card with David, that exact part of the lyrics on there.
I don't remember that.
Let's talk about his penis. You guys want to talk about his unit? Because I thought in Labyrinth,
Right.
that was the most traumatizing thing I'd ever seen, and it still traumatizes me.
Really?
God, he's
I didn't
wearing like
remember.
the tightest pants on the planet.
Oh, I see. I was like, what the
I think
hell
it's
does his dick
It's
have
just
to-
it's traumatized my daughter. I mean, it's
Oh.
so creepy, and it's a children's movie.
Like you can see his religion.
oh God,
Yeah.
yeah.
I honestly, I didn't. It wasn't until not too long ago when I was watching like somebody was talking about it on YouTube or something like that.
That you saw Labyrinth.
No, I've seen Labyrinth.
Okay,
I
okay.
didn't notice that. And that to me, when I was a child and watching that movie,
You didn't notice it
I
then?
didn't notice it.
Oh, I remember when I saw it, I was like, oh, God, easy. Cover it up, please.
I can't say as I paid attention to that when I was watching it for the first time.
Really?
But I know that when I've shown that movie to my girls,
Yeah.
and they just couldn't handle that farting swamp. They just broke down, and that was it. They just wanted to be watching that scene over and over.
Well, I'm pretty sure that Bowie's name is David Jones, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, and he
Yep.
changed his name because
of the spare from the Monkees?
Because of the monkey.
Mhm.
Yeah, because he didn't want people getting his name mixed up with Davy Jones.
I wouldn't want to be connected to one of the Monkees.
I don't know, man. Mickey Dolenz was pretty cool.
Dolenz?
Yeah.
Nesmith?
No, Mickey Dolenz is creepy. I
Yeah.
got to meet him at a party, and he was hitting on one of my friends who's younger than I am. And it was kind of creepy.
Oh, for
Wow.
real?
Mickey Dolenz, as he's aged, his face has shrunk.
Yeah.
Really?
I've noticed that.
Yeah, everything's moved inward a little
Yeah.
bit.
Like his head's gotten bigger.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's weird.
Yeah, the head has expanded, but the features stayed there. You're
Yeah.
right. You're right. I never thought about that.
I don't think I've seen a recent photo or anything of him.
Bowie,
You've got to look it up. I mean, he looks like the monster on Big Trouble in Little China.
Big Trouble, Little China. Oh my God, was that a Kurt Russell movie?
Yeah,
I think it, yeah.
it was right up there with his Snake Plissken role.
Overboard, another Kurt Russell classic.
that-
Goldie Hawn.
Yeah, that's the one
Yeah.
that co-stars Goldie Hawn's butt.
Yep.
Yeah. But
What, the rest of her didn't show up?
it's like most guys remember her butt first and foremost
yeah.
in that movie. Yeah.
Sure.
Passed it down to her daughter. Beautiful thing.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. But yeah, Bowie. My favorite thing is probably the Ziggy Stardust album, and like
It's hard to beat that, man.
the Ziggy Stardust, the weird on stage stuff. You ever see the concerts where they got like the red lighting
Mhm.
on the stage and everything? I was like, that's pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
I bet it was, being loaded at that concert, probably pretty dang cool.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, if it wasn't for David Bowie and Ziggy Stardust, we never would have had hair bands.
That's
Yeah.
possible, yeah.
Quite possible. You're right. Who
And
would ever think he would spawn off Poison?
glam. Yeah, I suppose it's an offshoot of glam rock, yeah. Him and Mark Bolan and T-Rex and all those guys. Then
The New York Dolls.
the New York Dolls, yeah. And then imagine how jarring it must have been in the mid-'70s for all of a sudden for Bowie just to up and go, you know what? I'm not Ziggy Stardust anymore.
Yeah.
Now I'm the coked up Thin White Duke.
Right,
And I'm going to be doing soul music now.
right.
Like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
he reinvented himself several times.
Yeah. It was like the Spiders from Mars couldn't let that go either because as the band, they continued to like tour and try to put out
Oh,
music.
really?
Even after he,
After Bowie was done with it, they still tried to be a band and
which is just weird.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
know,
Be
we
like-
don't need that Bowie guy.
Be like,
So they have done that.
it'd be like that Richard Pryor show skit, The Pips, where the Pips go out without Gladys Knight. all their concerts are just
background
them
vocals.
singing the background vocals of all the songs.
No
Like they're-
lead, no verses.
They're like Midnight Train to Georgia. They're like, leaving on the midnight train. Woo woo! It's pretty funny stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Pips. But it's impressive to me when someone like Bowie reinvents himself over and over again
and
is
was
successful.
Yeah.
It's quite impressive, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where you see similarities with him and Prince.
I agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Yes.
Yeah.
Did you all listen to his last album?
Bowie's?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard some of it. Some of it's pretty goddamn good.
It is. It's just incredible.
It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
And actually, he looked pretty good.
I really need to.
What's that, Mike?
I said I haven't gotten to do that yet. I really need to.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely worth listening to. He looked pretty good too. I saw the last picture ever taken of him. He looks good. He doesn't look like someone who's about to die.
No.
And then again, there's another similarity with Prince. They both still looked pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just didn't see it coming with either one.
No, I know.
God,
It's so out of left field. Yeah. Now, I remember I turned the radio. I got up for work and turned the radio on. The first thing I hear, it's like at 8 o'clock in the morning. The first thing I hear when I flick my radio on, because the national news comes on at the top of the hour. All of a sudden, rocker David Bowie is dead.
Yeah.
You know, it was like,
What?
Good morning. You know,
Yeah,
like, God.
Yeah, no, that was surreal to hear about that.
Yeah, and I was like genuinely sad. I mean, when you hear, typical celebrity deaths and everything like that, it's like, oh, okay, who's going to be the next one? Because they come in threes. But with David Bowie, I was like genuinely sad. I'm like, God, that really.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I was
That's
suicidal.
how I felt with Abe Pagoda.
That beats me. I was going to say I was suicidal when Corey Haim died. Abe Pagoda.
Fish.
But yeah, those are two celebrity deaths that completely floored me.
But Bowie back in the 70s, he always could have had himself I think he did have himself a few cocaine overdoses back in the 70s.
He had at least one.
Yeah, because he did mounds.
Oh yeah, he was Tony Montana, man.
He was getting weird, from what I understand. During the Thin White Duke period, like when he did like Golden Years, Station to Station,
God, I love that song.
He doesn't remember doing Station to Station, the album.
That's never a good sign, man. When an entire album kind of slips your mind.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Is that me?
That was mine? I love that album.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
That was that reminds me, I was reading Steven Tyler's autobiography from Aerosmith.
There's some drugs, man. Oh my goodness.
Sometime in the 90s, there was some old tune that they did, some slower song on like one of their older albums, and him and Joe Perry were riding together, and he said, "That's a cool tune." He's like, "We should record that. We should re-record that or something."
Oh my God.
And I'm serious. And Joe Perry looked at him. He's like, "That's us, you freaking idiot."
Oh my God.
He's dead serious.
Oh wow. I remember seeing a Geraldo one time, and Geraldo said that he was staying over at some house, and Mick Jagger and Bowie were in bed together. And I remember when I heard that, I was like, of course they were. Who does that shock? Who the hell does that shock?
That was his wife.
Is that what it was?
Said that on
Or
a
she
talk
found
show.
the two in bed together.
Angela Bowie said that. It was on the Joan Rivers show.
Was it?
Because I've seen footage of it, because Howard Stern was the first guest.
Really?
Angie Bowie was the second, and Howard Stern was still out there.
Was still out there.
And and Angie says just flippantly, like, "Oh yeah, I found them in bed once together when I came home." And the whole crowd is like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh," and then she just tries to blow it off, and Howard Stern grabs her and he's like, No, Angie. He's like, "No, come on, we want to hear more about this."
Yeah, seriously, details.
Howard's just like egging her on. Yeah, fine. It was from the Joan Rivers show. Yeah.
Wow. What in God's name were you doing watching the Joan Rivers show?
No, I saw it just a few years ago on a clip on YouTube, I think it was.
Okay.
Because I was reading an article about it somewhere.
I bet she wasn't even surprised. I bet it was like, you crazy kids.
Well, that story, that rumor, that story or whatever spawned, I don't know if it was a book first, but I know it was definitely a movie, The Velvet Goldmine.
Velvet Goldmine.
With,
Ricky Schroeder in that one?
Abe Vigoda.
I can't remember the names. The Batman guy.
Adam West?
No, the good Batman.
Michael Keaton?
Batman Begins. Batman.
Christian
Christian
Bale.
Bale?
That guy and
The one who beat up his mom?
Reese.
Reese Witherspoon?
No. The guy. He played.
What?
That's so terrible. I cannot remember these names. Played King Henry VIII in The Tudors.
Yeah, I don't know.
series. Race.
Mice, you know.
It's RHYS. However, I'm supposed to be pronouncing that.
Rice Davies?
Who?
Jonathan Rice Davies?
That guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Those two were playing the parts of Bowie.
Really?
They weren't by name Bowie.
But it was clear
and
that's
Nick,
what they were
but
doing?
that's what the whole thing was inspired by.
Okay.
But
Wow.
it wasn't now I forgot his name again.
John something.
No, that's the Batman one.
Oh, Christian
Christian-
Bale.
He was
Christian
a
Bale.
reporter.
The mom beater.
So he didn't play Bowie or Jonathan Rhys Meyers, that's who it was, right? Plays I think was the Bowie character and then somebody else was the Mick Jagger character. And I don't
Oh,
remember
wow.
who that was. But yeah.
But they not by names. They were
Not
just,
by name.
but it was clear that that's what they were doing.
Yes.
Okay.
The story's inspired by
That's how Christian Bale got his Batman voice.
Jonathan Rice Davies was
I think it was
the one in Indiana Jones that says, "Ooh, snakes, you go first."
no. Definitely not him. I think it's Myers is his last name.
Mm.
And I know it's Reese something. W or RHYS. Something like that. RYHS. It's a weird name. Anywho, sorry.
The hell were we talking about?
Ricky Schroeder and Abe Vigoda. Anytime you run out of shit to talk about, just go to Abe Vigoda and Ricky Schroeder.
Talking about Batman beating up his mom.
Yeah, that's
Did he really do
crazy.
that?
Yeah.
I heard rumors about that in the media
Yeah.
about him like assaulting his mom or something.
I still love Christian Bale.
And he did it in the Batman voice too.
Full costume. He's got that cape on.
I've had it up to here with your shit.
I don't want to clean my room.
There was another phenomenal Prince album, if you've listened to it.
Batman.
Batman, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember the Bat Dance. I taped that off the radio. I taped that off the top 40 station out of Madison that summer of Batman in '89. The Bat Dance, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, 89. That's exactly
Yeah.
right now.
And Jack Nicholson cranked that music while they were doing like the parade scene in that movie. He was cranking it so that he could get into that the Joker dancing on the
Wow.
The song Trust, yeah.
That's
I remember
cool.
that.
That's awesome.
And the video for that, he's actually Prince is actually painted up like Two-Face.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
God,
right.
it's been a long time since I've seen that.
That's right. Yeah, and he's like the Vicky Vales come out and he's like crawling down in between their legs and everything and
Yeah.
like looking up at him and stuff. Yeah. I remember that.
As all Jehovah's Witnesses do.
Yeah. damn Jehovah's. They have to get down quite a ways to crawl underneath those dresses though.
I'd like to talk to you about Jehovah's Witness.
Hello, dearly beloved.
I
I've
heard.
come here today.
I don't know if it's rumor or whatever, but and Mike, maybe you know this, but I heard that Prince actually did
That's
that.
what I heard
That he
too.
would go door to door trying to get people to join, and that to me sounds insane.
That would freak you out.
God, yes, it would.
It's like, this is not happening.
No.
Where's the camera?
No, you had me at Watchtower.
Like Elvis pulling people over.
Pull over and giving them tickets, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's like, this is not even happening.
You know how fast you were going there?
Let's see your insurance and registration, man.
Well, how long have we been on here,
We've
Andrea?
been on, it's 3:43 now, so at least an hour and going on 15 minutes, I suppose.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure we weren't going on too long.
What's too long?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's what
I don't know.
5 hours. We're gonna do 5 hours
Are we
today.
going to break this up into a couple of different segments, or was it just going to be all
No,
one segment?
it's all live and it's going to be archived
Okay.
once I
Oh.
hit stop broadcast.
Alright.
So I won't be doing any posts to this at all. It'll just
Oh,
be
okay.
as
If
it's
she,
run.
if she
Nice.
edited out everything that wasn't Prince or Bowie, it'd only be like a 5-minute show.
That's true. Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. I have to get an Abe Vigoda show next, and Ricky Schroeder and Alfonso.
Bad 80s TV shows.
Oh, well, there's all
Small
kinds.
World.
So many of them.
There's all kinds of stuff.
What's that thing called? Small World? Is that what that was called? What's the
With the robot
Yes,
girl?
yeah.
Oh, that was Small Wonders.
Small Wonder?
That was Small Wonder.
Yeah.
The theme song.
My mother's cousin, a different cousin, wrote for that.
Really?
Get out of
He
here.
was the head writer for Small Wonders.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, the theme song is even hilariously bad because it's like you just take the most generic, like family, cheesy 80s theme song you can think of, and it's like this man and woman singing together. It's like, she's a small wonder. You know?
I vaguely remember that.
Oh, it's so horrible.
Alf. Alf was another classic.
Alf was some good bad TV. Yeah. It's like
T.J. Hooker.
TJ, Adrian's a mad. Can't beat Adrian's mad.
and Bill Shatner with his hairpiece. Yeah. Yeah. Heather Locklear.
Yep, and the Locklear was on
Yep.
that.
They got introduced to Heather Locklear through that show.
Adrian's a is one of those guys that even in his very peak of popularity, I was like, this guy is such a tool. he's just such an Adrian Zamad.
Bachelor Party.
Yes.
Grease 2.
Yes,
He was in
Grease 2.
with Michelle Pfeiffer.
TJ
Forgot
Hooker.
about that one.
We should do like a bad
Well, we will.
movies
yeah,
and bad
Yeah.
TV
Yeah,
shows
yeah.
sometime.
Yeah.
Because
Definitely. There's
just
so much.
just
man.
in ideas, I'm gonna have to write stuff down
Yeah.
just to make sure I get it all.
Yeah, because there's just so much.
Because it'd be so much harder to do a good 80s TV show.
I know.
Right.
It would.
Yeah.
Because everything's aged so horribly.
Christ, we could spend an hour on Mr. Belvedere.
I used to watch it. Bob Euchre, man.
Yeah.
I used to watch that show all the time.
Or Meet the Boss.
Yes.
Whoa,
Oh,
Edge.
whoa.
Whoa. Go away.
Oh,
Great
God.
acting with Tony Danza, yeah. Every character he's ever played has been named Tony.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
Taxi too. You're right.
Yeah.
He doesn't get confused, I'm sure. So,
Hey, oh.
who are you talking to?
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was in the remake, the made for cable TV remake of 12 Angry Men. That they
Yeah,
did, like,
I
in
saw
the
that.
90s.
Yeah.
I think they might have changed.
Yeah.
Seriously, Mike, I think they might have changed his name to Tony in that one. They changed his name from juror number 8 to Tony.
Sorry to tell you, but you're going to be Tony again. God damn it. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
And he's always the same guy. He always plays the same dude.
Oh, jeez. Oh, hey.
Yes, yes, that guy is everything.
Hey. Whoa, hey. Hey, oh.
Danza.
Yeah.
Well, should we wrap this up before we
We
use all
probably
of the
should.
nice-
We
Yeah.
probably should.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're going to get going too
Right,
much here
right,
out in the
right.
left field.
True.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in. For those of you who did tune in or maybe watching this as it archives, thanks for watching. Those 80s kids remember, I'm Andi.
I'm Bryan. We love you.
Here's Craig.
And I'm Mike.
See you later.
Bye now.